Does Tyson Fury's presence here confirm the fact that you've signed him?
We'll make an announcement soon.
So that.
Welcome back to the channel. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. So that's just Dana White there on the topic of signing Tyson Fury. That is interesting. A bit of a development there. I mean, I'm going to be interested to hear what Frank Warren has to say about this, who's somebody who's promoted Tyson Fury in the past. But that's what, I mean, Tyson was at the fight. I think it's the UFC fights at the White House, which I'm going to cover early on. And I should also say, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, mate.
I am also going to be covering a number of topics, including Arms Corleone, kind of thinking or looking at the fight that he had with Big Stacks. Also looking at UFC at the White House, a few bits and pieces on that. And, of course, the New York Knicks winning the NBA Finals. They've made an appearance on Good Morning America, I believe it is. And, obviously, they've done a lot of partying, no doubt. Jalen Brunson from beginning to winning. And also a bit on Claressa Shields, the Groat with a big fight announcement. I mean, we see something there. Is it true that the Cyborg, is that Serrano's offered? Well, Chris Cyborg offers Claressa $2 million to fight. That's something else. But yeah, there's a big announcement coming from Claressa Shields. But just going back to this first one, this is a really, really interesting development. You can see Tyson Fury with a number of people there. So you got him there with Donald Trump, Dana White, that's Mark Zuckerberg, Tyson Fury, 6'9", obviously he's towering over them, and he was also in Jordan McCann's corner, or he was present with Jordan McCann in the recent Misfits Boxing. So Tyson's been obviously jet setting about across the Atlantic, showing face at these different places. But I don't know. What does this mean?
What's that?
That's a yes, maybe.
Listen, let me reiterate.
Credit to TalkSport Boxing and TalkSport on this little clip here that I'm reviewing for journalistic purposes. He's Donald Trump for Prime Minister. Interesting.
Judge me January 1st.
So he's asking to be judged January 1st of 2027. So maybe he's got obviously a list of targets that he wants to achieve by January 1st, 2027.
7 on what we've done this year with boxing. You know, I keep talking.
What do you think the big announcements will be? Will Tyson Fury sign with Zuffa Boxing? I mean, look, let's be honest. Tyson, my opinion is Tyson's probably not going to be fighting for belts as such at the moment. I think he's going to be, focused on this. He's got this fight with Anthony Joshua lined up. And apart from that, I'm not sure what other fights he's going to be interested in. But maybe he's changed his mind on that. Because if he obviously is signing with a new promotion, if it's true, I don't know whether it is or not. If he is actually signing with a new promotion agency, then maybe he might be thinking of kind of rejigging his career and really going for it again. Maybe a couple world championships and that, rather than just as it is at the moment, just going for that bout with AJ. And now we know that's been lined up maybe towards the end of the year. Tyson's had, I think he might be having a warm-up fight. AJ's had his warm-up fight, or has lined up his warm-up fight as well, and we'll see what happens thereafter. But, it's quite an interesting development, really. Let me hear this interview with Tyson Fury.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you may recognize that face. We are absolutely...
Tyson Fury says he has an announcement to make.
Thrilled to be joined here on the south lawn of the White House by one.
This is, of course, very loud and noisy there, but this is at the UFC event at the White House in America.
One of the most decorated champions in boxing history, former two-time Ring Magazine heavyweight champion Tyson Fury, back in the U.S. for the first.
What's occurring?
Time since 2021. Nice to see you stateside. How does it feel?
It's been a
Oh,
long
he's not been there for a while.
time, and boy oh boy,
Okay.
am I happy to be here for this historic event, Freedom at the White House.
I think it's called Freedom 250.
On Donald Trump's
Is it
birthday.
the 250th UFC event? Is that how they do it?
What an event!
Well, I know it's been quite a journey. As I understand it, you are here because you've got an announcement involving
What's the announcement?
you and Dana White. What can you tell us?
I think I'm going to let Dana do the speaking.
Yeah, I'm not. They didn't actually say anything apart from they both got a big announcement. That's from what I've seen so far. Anyway, I'm not sure what the announcement's meant to be. I'll be honest.
I let him do his announcement, so let's all forward. It says massive.
Yeah, so he's admitting that he's got a big announcement. We'll figure out what it is. At the moment, I don't know what it is. Is Dana going to promote the Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight? I mean, it's probably going to be the UK's biggest ever fight, so we'll see. I think I'm going to let Dana do the speaking, but it's a massive announcement. Sky Sports are reporting on the same thing. We'll make an announcement soon. Listen to me. Let me reiterate. Judge me January 1st, 2027. That's his wife. I think she said that she's got 10% or she's got a percentage of Senegal DNA. I saw that on TikTok, incidentally. But yeah, that's besides the point. But listen, let me reiterate. Judge me January. This is what Dana was saying. Judge me January 1st, 2027 on what we have done this year with boxing. All these other guys are talking a lot of smack, probably referring to Eddie Hearn in particular, but maybe to Frank Warren, I don't know. I haven't said anything about any of these guys. I haven't talked about anybody or any stuff. I'm in my own lane, I'm doing my thing, just sit back and watch. The last couple of weeks I've been hearing from the media and other people that I'm not involved in the Fury versus Joshua fight. It seems like everybody is always wrong. So it's kind of an inkling about what this big announcement might be. Dana's maintaining that he's part of the fight, but this is what Frank Warren had to say in terms of promoting the Anthony Joshua Tyson Fury fight. But this is what Frank Warren had to say on it.
Seeing Dana White say on stream that he's going to be the promoter for Fury versus AJ. What's the situation with that?
Well, he's not, because the contract with Tyson
So he's saying he's not because of the contract with Tyson.
says that Zuffa will not be able to promote that.
Well, Zuffa will not be able to promote, but Dana White is, he might own or he's got association with Zuffa. Maybe it's going to be another corporate body. Maybe it might be Dana White himself. Who knows? There's ways around. If that contract does indeed say that, I've not seen it, so I can't say yay or nay. If it does indeed say that, well, he might just use another name to do the deal. Who knows? Who knows? And that's what Frank Warren had to say on that issue.
Zuffa got told to remove all their posts.
This is Eddie Hearn speaking on the situation. Big up Fight Hard TV, Modern Day Gladiators, etc. on the clip.
Regarding what he said at the press conference, right? No one even mentioned it. Do you know what I mean? I even put it on my story because I said, "Good boy, Dana, take your post down."
Okay, so apparently they got told to take the post down, suggesting that he would be promoting it. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Dana White speaking on this is at Freedom 250, the UFC event at the White House.
Tyson Fury showed up tonight and said that he had an announcement to make, but he wanted you to make it. Why was
Tyson Fury?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for the last couple of weeks, I've been hearing from the media and other people.
So look, it's kind of directed the point that it seems Dana's suggesting that he's going to be promoting the Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua fight. I'm not sure whether he might be doing it jointly with Netflix or Frank Warren or Eddie Hearn or not, but he's saying he's a part of it.
That I'm not involved in the fight. I've been hearing that Tyson Fury couldn't get out of the country and couldn't get into the United States. And
well, yeah, Tyson Fury is definitely in the United States.
Just seems like everybody's always wrong.
Tyson Fury.
There you go. So look, action, as they say, action speaks louder than words, and Tyson's right there, standing behind the president, next to Mark Zuckerberg, next to Dana White. What can we say, man? Business is business, as they say. You are welcome, my brother, Tyson Fury. Welcome back to America. Big announcement coming by us about your fight against Anthony Joshua. Even, I mean, I presume that's Turkey Al Sheikh is saying that on Twitter or wherever that is. Look, it seems a bit certy, I can't lie, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of days. I'm definitely going to revisit this topic again. I've definitely looked into it in the past, so yeah, keep watching, keep subscribing, and also give me your thoughts on that one. As you say, I mean, obviously I don't want to go too deep into the clips and that, because for obvious reasons it's MMA, so there's going to be gore. But look, you can see Donald and Dana White there lining up on a red carpet, so to speak. That's the arena. Look at the size of it. Runs right in front of the White House. So obviously, in the event of rain, or also because of the lighting and the rigging. So that was all set up. Dana White and Donald having a chat. This guy saying some stuff. I've heard the statements. Apparently, a couple of controversial statements about former president's spouse or something. But I haven't heard. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm saying I haven't listened to the clip yet. But that's obviously out of order if you're saying naughty things about people. Sean O'Malley fined 1.2 million for illegal walkout. What does that mean? 1.2 million? That's a lot of money. When was that? What, illegal walkout? What does that? What actually happened there? Does that mean he left or something? I don't understand the context. Why is it illegal? Why is it illegal? Let me just do a quick search. Why was Sean O'Malley walkout illegal? Why? Are they suggesting that he left the fight? I don't know. Sean O'Malley. O'Malley walkout. Illegal. Why? I'm not getting it. Okay. There's no official Sean O'Malley ever performed an illegal walkout. The term refers to fight against which one was called. No, this is at Freedom 250. Trying to work this out, mate. Give me some answers. Why was Sean? I don't get it. Somebody in the comments tell me what this means. But Sean Strickland was escorted out. I've seen something in relation to that. I'm not sure about the Sean O'Malley thing. But yeah, Strickland had been banned apparently. Sean Strickland. Okay, look, we'll move on from that. Find 1.2 from, but this person's posted the video. They've not given a description of why it's. Anyway, we'll move on. Somebody let me know in the comments why that was an illegal walkout. A bit of fighting there. Yeah, but what I do want to do is run through. That's obviously AI, so just keep an eye out for stuff like that. I'm obviously scrolling through Instagram and stuff comes up. But look, these were the winners. Justin Gaeth against Ila Topuria by KO/TKO. Round 2, 1 minute 27, and that was a lightweight fight. Then you had heavyweight co-main Cyril Gain versus Alex Pereira. KO Ratu 1 minute 27. Then Sean O'Malley, so he won. Oh, I mean, regardless, I mean, this is bantamweight. He won against Aliman Zahabi. And Josh Hockett won against Derek Lewis. Heavyweight. Lightweight, Mauricio Ruffy won against Michael Chandler. Were there any lady fights? I don't know. It's not coming up on this list here. Middleweight, Bo Nickel won against Carl Dorcas. And then Diego Lopez won against Steve Garcia. So those were those outcomes. What did BBC report on that? So they're saying US star gave wins at Trump's UFC White House show. Perfect ending. Shrugged off an underdog tag. Stopped Tapura at the end of the fourth round to become undisputed champion for the first time. Hurt Tapura multiple times in a brutal contest. So the Georgian Spaniard retired on the stool before the fifth round. The first defeat of his 18th fight career. One of a kind show. Builded UFC Freedom 250 took place on US President Donald Trump's 80th birthday as part of celebration to mark 250 years of American independence. After securing victory, Joe Rogan called one of the biggest upsets in the history of sport. Okay, so that's a bit of a breakdown there. I've broken down the fights, as I say. It's a big, enormous event at the White House. Probably security and everything was completely unlocked for that, logistics and planning. 85,000 spectators, 85,000 tickets. Then invite only. Time report at least 1,200 and approximately 4,300 seats. So it seemed there was only about 4,000. I don't know. There was planned to be 4,000 in attendance, but I'm not. We'll look into what actually happened in the event. And a lot of money involved. Regulation, obviously it's federal property. There's the fight card planning, contract discussions and fighter availability, entertainment, legal challenges, and all sorts going on. Obviously, it's public property, so there might be challenges to its use for a private event. And then there was some naughty things said about a former president's spouse. Okay, so that's what's happened there. Moving on. So big stats for Arms Corleone. Arms Corleone, as I predicted, won. And this is what, with everything, this is a recent post, very recent post, about 2 hours ago. This is what Arms Corleone's saying.
Greetings to you, wherever you are in the world. Thank you for tuning in. I thought it would be good to sit down and have a conversation.
Wants to discuss what happened, basically. I'm going to read what he's put here. He said, before we dish out the thank yous and appreciation posts, it's only right I give the truth to all those who paid and tuned in, expecting a war of the so-called and no longer the hardest man in the UK. Clearly he's referring to Big Stacks, only to witness body shots. A condition that was put in place by the challenger, who now goes by the name Stacks, the softest boy in the UK, himself solely to protect his neck after he really realised how real it was going to be. Click the link in my bio to watch the full video. Thank you and respect. So he's not having it, basically.
If you guys, just to shed light on the truth and just to
I might speed this up.
give you an overview of what went down during fight week from my perspective. Yes, greetings to you, wherever you are in the world.
Anyway, there's his summary there. Obviously, you lot go and watch the full video. Make sure you run up his video and that. But he summarised what his feelings are in those paragraphs there about the conditions and calling Stacks the softest boy in the world. So we know what was on his mind. He obviously done an intro video on his YouTube, so on his Instagram rather, and I saw it go. This is him. It's how he went viral in the first place. This is ages ago. Man said the one rep work. Look at this, it's mad. Not to do the music. That's the one rep workout. Crazy. You lot can do that? I can do that. Of course I can do that. Come on. It's light work. Light work. And that's one rep. KSI is thinking, what is going on there? He's thinking, what is going on there? Madness. Anyway, look, I should say as well, I'm not going to go into much detail in this video, but people have been offered out in Misfits Boxing. That's all I'm going to say. There's like people being offered out, new contenders, and we might be seeing something a bit musical in the Misfits Boxing scenario. That's all I'm going to say, but I'll forward back with a few videos on that. Just want to see like some proper reactions before I got you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but we might see some musical rapporteur in relation to the Misfits Boxing, but we'll see whether there's going to be all sorts of boxing, but let's leave it like that for now. What I'm saying, obviously the New York Knicks won, and this is what New York looked like thereafter. I'm going to be clear, I'm not a New York Knicks fan. I'm originally Chicago Bulls, and then I had some inklings toward the LA Lakers with Kobe and that, but originally I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. But obviously I'm happy for them that they were, the people, Knicks and that they got their little chip and that. They don't have as many as the Lakers or the Bulls, but sure, it is what it is. And they waited 53 years for it, so let them celebrate, you know what I'm saying? Even, I saw a clip earlier, I was going to post it actually, Fat Joe was even giving out mementos on the train earlier on. But this is what New York was saying. As I say, what I didn't like, and I'm going to say it again, I didn't like how they were badding up the San Antonio Spurs supporters. But there was one brother, I might see if I can see the clip, actually. I might look at the clip in a second. He was not having it. He was on his ones, and he's storming through. Obviously, I don't encourage any violence. Obviously, self-defense, reasonable force, and them things there apply to fit situations. But the people that were giving them, trying him, and he was moving mad, and he's patterning himself. But this is what New York looked like. Loads of celebrations, There's music on this one's, but obviously you lot keep safe up there and stuff. They're all happy. New York Knicks secured the chip. A lot happening in New York, or from New York. Jay-Z's forwarded back with a freestyle, and then New York Knicks win. Wu-Tang perform at the finals. Nas dancing as Wu-Tang perform at the finals. And yeah, man, that was the moment. Excited. Somebody explained to me, they've even been playing New York song, New York, the Alicia Keys song in church and them things there. But I don't understand what the correlation between mashing up school buses and winning is. You lot gonna have to explain that, because that is mad. Like, what's this about? Mashing up a school bus that is used to escort your children to school. Come on, man. You lot can do better than that. I don't understand that. I'll be honest. I have to balance things out. That's not good stuff, man. But they're the NBA champions, man. On the bus, going through and stuff. Oh, so do you know what? That was a preview, and it did happen. So y'all were right. But then they went on to the what? Hey, somebody in the comment. 1 second.
What about the difference?
What does fried mean? I obviously know what fried means, but somebody explain in the comments what fried means. Is it because he's tired from celebrating and stuff? But people saying he looks absolutely fried. Does that mean that he's just tired from all the celebrating, or does it mean something else? But yeah, man, they got the 5 main players there: Carl Townsend, Jalen Brunson, obviously OG is very crucial with that tip-in. But let's hear what's going on there.
Coach Brown made and how he brought you all together.
How is there a pause? For, there's a pause and he's not even answered. He doesn't even realise he's been asked the question. Crazy. What is going on? Somebody explain what is going on. But I think, do you know what? OG Anobi, I think he's kind of from the UK and that as well, so big him up. But I think he's just kind of, he's in his own zone. He's just his own character. He's not that, you know, he's doing him basically. So I think he's probably not responding. So a lot of people might expect him to, and he might just simply be tired. I'll be honest with you, he's probably just tired, man. He's probably just tired. National TV and that, but he's just probably tired, man.
He's been great. He's been great. Mike's been great, and he's been awesome at doing this.
Carl saved him by jumping in and discussing the situation.
He was listening to us and just hearing us out and adjusting the game.
Talk about the difference, Coach Brown.
Yeah, he's tired, man. He didn't even realise I asked him a question.
Talk about the difference Coach Brown made and how he brought you. Talk about the difference Coach Brown.
Everybody's replicating the same clip. But big up Jalen, man. Yeah, that's what somebody's saying. His social battery's done, man. He needs to recharge. Let him go on holiday, man.
Talk about the difference Coach
Brown
made.
Let him go on holiday. He's tired, man. Yeah, let him go on holiday. Obviously, this one, Monica realising the Knicks were going to win. She's obviously a presenter. Been presenting the thing for time.
3 dribbles. 1 shot.
She's watching in anticipation. And then, see, when she did her prose, she's described like a love letter, which was delivered. But yeah, man, that's what's happened with the Knicks. Winning, going on national TV and chilling there with the people them. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening, man. Obviously, Jalen Brunson's forwarded from a long way. His dad was really supportive of him, expecting the best. And what was really interesting for me, and his dad's even doing it now, his dad's saying now that he doesn't see his son as the best Knick. He says he sees Patrick Ewing as the best Knick. Now, I'm a dad as well, so I understand what he's doing. It might sound mad that he's not kind of bigging up his son, but with your children, you have to set higher targets, man. He knows his son's better. Like, I think his son's better than Patrick Ewing. His son's not as tall as Patrick Ewing. Been through a lot more adversity than Patrick Ewing in terms of probably the challenges as at his height that he's asked to go through. He's like 6'2", and he's twisting up Wemby's, twisting up all these different players and that. But his dad's probably thinking, look, he can still do better. Maybe he can get 4 rings, maybe he can get 6 rings, maybe he can get 2, whatever it is. He can do more than this. Let me not make him think he's the man now. Let me not make him think he's as good as Ewing or better than Ewing now. Give him something. Give him something to fight for. And that's why I think his dad still saying that that his son is not better than Patrick Ewing. Now, people are criticising his dad for it. I'm not criticising his dad for it. I completely understand what he's doing. He's setting targets, and that's how you motivate the youths, man. That's what he's done. And that type of mentality, if we're talking about success, if we're talking about winning, that's why his son is now an NBA champion, because you don't stop. Look at even here. I think this was after conference or during the process, and look, he's just focused on winning. He didn't celebrate early. He saw Wemby. Now, a lot of people dissing Wembley. He's a young brother and stuff like that, so he's probably going through a lot. I think an interview, well, he didn't have the best response in his last interview, but he's obviously upset for not winning. Okay, fair enough. I mean, people are going to take the mick out of him and all sorts. Fine. But I think he needs to adjust his mentality as well. I think he probably should have shot less threes and just gone to the hoop at your 7'4" or however tall he is frame. That's what you need to be doing. And unfortunately, he didn't win. But I think part of the sort of psychology as well, I'm not a psychologist at all, but I'm just thinking maybe he celebrated too early. Maybe he's not gone to because Wemby was playing last year as well, I think. But he didn't go as high as winning a conference finals and get to the finals. He didn't do that last year, and he did that this year. and he was crying, he was celebrating, and I even did a video on it, and people were slating him for that, and my response to that was, you know, of course he's going to be elated for being successful, but I think the point here is that actually, when you think about it, he celebrated too early. When on review, and I can be wrong as well. I can admit when I'm wrong. I think, look, I was, you know, the people who were saying that he was being corny, I think they were wrong for saying that. But actually, when you look at it in the overview, in hindsight, he was wrong for celebrating with such enthusiasm so early, because that was indicative of him kind of not giving up, but kind of thinking the journey was over. And the journey wasn't over. He had to go through potentially 7 game finals. He didn't reach 7 games in the end. They only got to 4. Sorry, 5. Only got to 5 games in the end. They won 1. When we did some good work in that, they won 1. Only got to 5, but he celebrated too early. And Jalen Brunson's only focus
They used to have the ball in their hands, and might take it as
on winning.
maybe a slight, but it doesn't sound like you did. Why was that something that you were so happy to go?
You said, why is you so happy to go?
One, I'm not a star. 2, I want to win.
That's it. What a great mentality to have. Not seeing himself as a star, celebrity, whatever it is, and he just wants to win. He doesn't care about all the fluff business. He's just trying. He's not caring about being famous and all these things. He just wants to win. And I think that was the difference. And, you know, people are saying he was too small and this, like that, this bit and this, that. Even my man, who's got a chip himself, is congratulating him. Jaylen Brown.
The Knicks. Shout out to JB, Ananobi, all those guys.
So, yeah, he's celebrating with him. And, yeah, if there's any international places on any of these teams, Jalen's got to be on those teams, man. He's earned his place in history. Look, let's be real. He's earned his place in history.
And for what? To go all in hopes of signing Jalen Brunson?
It is not.
Yeah. How wrong you were, Stephen A. Smith. They were questioning whether he's a top 5 guard in the NBA in 2022. Look at him now. Look at him now. He definitely is. He's right. He's won the whole league. Slight question on whether you can win, because they call it the won the world championships, but the USA, they make me laugh when they do this stuff. The USA call the NBA world championships when it's only in America. That bit me not understand. I don't understand that bit, I'll be honest. Anyway, on to Claressa. Let me just check my thing in terms of stories. Yeah, this is the last story and we're going to get through this. So Claressa's got a big announcement. She wasn't featured in Time, Serrano was, and apparently she might have a new big fight on the way. This brother, people are laughing, he looks, I'm not sure what his name is, Gonzalez Perez, maybe that's his name. He looks like Jalen Brunson. He's got Jalen Brunson doppelganger winning in the boxing as well. But look, here we have, and this is what Claressa's saying.
Saying that, you know, everybody's looking forward to you and what's next. There's so much happening.
Credit to the zone on the clip.
I'm hearing there may be some announcements.
See Papoose there in the background. Look, even I said it. Jalen winning the NBA and boxing.
Coming. Can you talk about what's next for Claressa Shields?
Just more and more big fights. It'll be announced on Wednesday. I can't.
She said more and more fights on Wednesday. So this 2 days from here. I'm recording this on Monday, so it's going to be the 17th of June 2026.
I can't say who. I can't say where. I can't say what weight class.
She can't even say what weight class. Interesting. So maybe she'll drop down from heavyweight. I'm expecting that for her actually, because I think she should fight Daniel Dubois. What's the young lady called again? The Dubois sister. Anyway, forgive me. Her name slips my mind. I think she should fight her. I think there's a couple people should fight.
But what I do know is that all my fans are going to show up. Jaquan will be.
Yeah, they'll be there, man. Big up Claressa. And look, I all these people saying, oh, you know, why do we know so much about her private life, all that stuff. I get all of that, those type of comments, but in terms of her character and in terms of how she positions herself in marketing, For me, it's completely understandable because the truth is, if you're not a character, nobody's and you don't have a kind of like a story behind you. No, you know, all the people talk about the Coldest, Papu stuff and all of that type, Remy and all of that. But if you don't have a story and stuff like that, people might not be as interested to watch you. It's all part of entertainment because at the end of the day, boxing is an entertainment business. Let's be real.
And
even she's laughing. Lol, these Jalen Brunson comments are so funny. Yeah, they are.
I'm just so excited.
It's mad coincidental, man.
For all the Clarissa Shields and Salita and Win Records fighters, because we really is building a strong brand and we got some great fighters.
So I think she's got her own promotions actually. That's what she's a business. Let me look at this quickly actually. I did want to cover it up. I don't know why I never brought it up, but Candy Burruss, just quickly, Candy Burruss and Boys to Men. I did want to look at that. Candy Burruss, Boys to Men. Now, Candy Burruss is definitely somebody who handles her business. I think she wrote No Scrubs, TLC. And then she also got the money for that from, I think, Eddie, what's his name? From the UK. Oh, forgotten his name. Candy Burruss, No Scrubs win. UK. It's not. It'll come up in a second. Eddie, what's his name? The brother. I've forgotten his name. That's it. Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. And yeah, she was given credit on that. Made a ton. This is 2017. Made a ton load of money because it had a similar interpolation. And Mika Cottle, who is T.I.'s wife, got copyright on it because of the similarities. And so yeah, definitely Candy, you cannot muck around with her when it comes to business. There's no doubt about it. And then she seemed to have gotten into some sort of conflict with with Boys to Men. I'm just going to look at that story quickly. Boys to Men. I came across her talking about it on a video recently. I was unfamiliar with the situation. Yeah, she said she named them as the most difficult group she had ever collaborated with. And there was some issue with a song that they were working on. And they asked her to take 10% or something along those lines on the track from 25% to 10%. And she overheard the call and she found it to be egotistical, sexist and disrespectful. Because she was the person who mainly wrote the song. So that's where the issues came in with Boys to Men. We don't really hear a lot about the behind the scenes situation in relation to music sometimes, but Wanya Morris and Candy once clashed over songwriting credits. There you go. Candy Burruss from Real Housewives of Atlanta, I think, as well. Said, I hate to do it. Boris said, but then consider ain't no love lost. I mean, this is 100 years later, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, I had a bad experience in studio with Boris when we fell out after it was an issue. I don't think I've ever been disrespected. Boris didn't specify the issue other than say it wasn't about the singing. Once comments explained the situation in detail. He said she and the group clashed over songwriting credits they worked on in music industry pillars, split to the percentage of songwriting credits that each writer is given an individual song. The song that was the most likely point of contention is Beautiful Women, the only one in Boris's discovery that she's listed as co-writer with Boys to Men. It was on there 2000. I wonder what happened in the end. Did she get her 25%? She probably did, I'll be honest. She probably did. I'll just see if there's any videos of her talking about it. Candy Burruss clash with Boys to Men. Yeah, we don't really hear about this type of stuff sometimes, but I think when people come on in the media to discuss it, then you kind of get a sort of insight in behind the scenes in relation to music, really. I'm gonna have to remember to add that to my list of. Well, it's not in the list at the moment, actually. Let's see what videos we can pull up on it. 1 second, 1 second. There we go.
Experience in the studio with Boys to Men.
She sat down with Eddie Levert Sr. Just on, okay.
Yeah.
When you say bad experience,
it was bad.
Saying it was bad. And as I said, I've given you the detail of it, so I'm not going to play the clip too long, but that's the background.
No, about the singing. It wasn't about the singing. Yeah. Yeah, it was not the singing.
Yeah, she's a businesswoman, man. I rate her still. I can't lie. I rate her. That's why I'm looking into this as well, because she's done some good business over the years. Definitely has. What did Wanya? Is that his name?
But to me personally, I just, I could take her or leave her. Now I think that she's a cool person.
Yes, obviously he's responding to it.
I think that, when I watch her on TV or whatnot, I think that she has very valid things to say. I think that she keeps things on a level when it comes to her personality.
Yeah, she's suggesting that you tried to finesse her, bro. I don't know, but obviously you're entitled to respond to it.
I have nothing bad to say about Candy. It's just we work differently. And I try, we try.
So she was pretty. So I think it was good business practice that before you end the studio, because I know what tends to happen with the music business is I think people work on stuff and then make an agreement about it afterwards in terms of how it's released, etc. But Candy's like, no, I'm not letting this get to the end before I understand what the terms and conditions are and the contract is, and what the splits are, and this is what my split should be, etc., etc. And maybe bro weren't used to that. But she's saying she wants to know. Because the thing is, if you don't, then there is a risk that people say, oh, I didn't mean that, I didn't mean that, I didn't mean that. And then either you miss out or you could be fighting for years to get what's yours. So Candy's like, nah, give me my split. This is a split I want, and this is what I'm going to get. And she's setting that out. She's setting that out from early, basically. She's just setting that out from early. And that's what's happened there. So I'm just gonna remember to do something really quickly. Candy Burruss v Boys to Men. Imagine that. Clash. But anyway, big them all up same way. Great musicians, Boys to Men. Great businesswoman. She was in her own group herself, Candy Burruss, and she's making really big business moves. But this is what happens sometimes when people clash in music. This is what happens. And look, we're all adults at the end of the day. You should deal with people respectfully as much as you can. But in situations, not everybody's going to get along. That's just how it is sometimes. It is what it is, man. And that's so it go. So anyway, big up everybody for tuning in. I thought I'd run on a number of different topics there, which we've gone through. Obviously, the Tyson Fury, Zuffa Boxing, the event at the White House, Arms Corleone responding to some stuff and just reviewing the Knicks winning, and the parents on Good Morning America, Jalen Brunson from beginning to winning, and then Clarissa Shields, apparently a big fight announcement. The GOAT's in the building. 18 fights or not, or 19 fights or not. She's done her thing, man. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. That's all for now. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I'm done talking. Done talking, even. Yeah, so Kai Cenat has announced a new Streamer University for 2026. That's something that we're taking a look at today. We also show you where the website is, so you can apply if you want. And he's also holding some in-person applications in the United States, in these locations. NYC, so it's already gone, so 12th June in New York. LA, 14th of June So that's tomorrow at the SSI State University in Los Angeles, and in Atlanta on the 16th of June at the 755 Hank Aaron Drive, SE, Atlanta, Georgia. So that's where he's holding those. Is there any more? And so in terms of requirements to enter, guests must be 18 years of age or older and present a valid government ID, clear bag policy, see-through, etc. And message to all attendees, obviously he's excited to see them, be respectful of staff, security, law, fighting, pushing, vandalism or disruptive behavior will not be tolerated. If things get out of control, the event will be shut down. So yeah, man, that's what's going on. A new so obviously had the Streamer University from 2025. He's having another one this year. You see the advertising and promo for that. He took some time off, he cut his dreads, etc. And he's forwarded again. This is a UK creator, I think he's called Remy.
Streamer you.
So he does dances and all that. So hopefully he gets in. Big him up, man. He's doing his thing. And let's see what he's saying about it. Remy, only one Remy.
Listen, we gotta play, boys. We gotta play.
Yeah, man. He's got the music, so man can't play that too tough. But yeah, man. Let's see if he gets in. Maybe Kai Cenat will see this. I think this brother might want to apply as well. MJ149. I've seen some other content that he's posted with the LARPers, people who pretended to be Arsenal fans, and obviously got the New York. There's a video on that on the site as well. And I also went to so this is the website, the streets. That's how you apply. You see it also up there. It's called streameruniversity.com. Apply. So if you want to apply now, you go apply now. And these are the type of details. There's also some frequently asked questions which I'm looking forward to in a moment. So they obviously want your name, date of birth, gender, email address, whether you're international or whether you're US based. I'm not going to click on it. I don't think it's going to make a difference. You're going to need to complete stuff before moving on. And there's also some, and there's categories. Does it tell you? So yes, so student is here to learn to grow clubs, then professor. I think DDG was a professor last year. Here to teach a class in your own expertise. DGD done it last year. I think he said he was fired or something. Club director, lead one of our clubs. All right, so that's probably somebody who's in charge of the overall clubs. There's also information. Yeah, I mean, that's the additional parts. Social media platforms, details and contact, uploading cameraman. So no doubt you're going to have to submit a video as well. So let's look at the frequently asked questions just to cover that. So what is it? Multi-day content creator event where aspiring or growing content creators, students learn from those in expertise in specific areas like gaming, real life, just chatting and more. Professors through hands-on workshops where they to be announced. So you're gonna have to look for where it will be held. Obviously, the people who get accepted, who know that will be subject to NDAs until they attend, will know where it is. Is there a cost to attend? It's free. So I've seen somewhere else say, some fake news suggesting, money, etc. But no, it's free, and they cover accommodation, meals during the event, but they don't cover travel for cameramen. That's very specific. No travel covered for cameramen. Camera women, I suppose. But what are the requirements? You must be 18 years old, able to travel in the US for the event dates. What's the difference? Students aspiring, growing content creators, learn and improve, professors, expertise, gaming, in real life, just chatting, etc. Want to teach and mentor others. Club directors are experienced streamers who want to lead one of our clubs, rally members, running activities through the event. And what should I include? So obviously, I said you have to submit a video. Should be 1 to 3 minutes long. Showcase personality, content style, why you want to attend, be authentic, wanting to see the real you, tell us what makes you unique as a creator. Can I apply from a small streamer? Absolutely. Looking for passion, creativity, and potential, not just follower counts. So you lot get involved. Apply up, man. See if you get through in that. Best participants have been small creators with big personalities, genuine enthusiasm for content creation. What if you don't have social media? I think you should have social media if you're planning to apply to the Streamer University, or maybe you don't, you're just starting out, but I would, yeah, definitely have them for each of the platforms. It's required, helps verify identity, see content style. Can I bring cameraman, videographer? Yes. And you can indicate if you're bringing one, they must be 18, provide information, photo ID. Not everybody will be approved as a cameraman. When will I hear about the application? Announced on stream, so not given a date, but just announced the stream. Can I edit my application I've submitted? No, cannot be edited. After submission, please review all information carefully before submitting. What happens if I'm accepted? Acceptance email. Stream recorded. Of course, it's going to be streamed or recorded. And you consent to appearing. What file format's accepted? Yeah, MP4, MOV, and WEBM. Up to 500 megabytes. So that's the limit. Half a gigabyte, 500 megabytes. What file formats for photo ID, JPP, and trouble uploading files? I'm not going to go into all of that. You lot can look at that. Is my data secure? Yes. Industry standard. That's what they're saying. Encryption is secure. Photo ID and personal information only by authorized staff. They've got privacy policy. So yeah, man. Are you going to be the next person on Streaming University? There's all sorts of stories on it at the moment, and we're just going to have to see what happens. Enrollment's open, some in-person stuff is going on as well, Atlanta and New York, etc. And yeah, we'll see how it goes down. But yeah, I'll do a follow-up video to see who was accepted. Obviously, I'll keep on following that. So yeah, man, we got Kai Cenat and the Streamer University. Now onto this one, I Show Speed. This is what he's saying to the man them Ibrahimovic and the legendary Arsenal legend, French legend Thierry Henry.
Ronaldo winning the World Cup.
Yeah, they're not impressed. As Thierry Henry's looking away. Obviously, he wants France to win, no doubt. Ibrahimovic, he's thinking I Show Speed's joking.
What?
He grabbed his, he dashed his mic. Mad. Let's look at that again.
Who do you think is winning the World Cup? Portugal. Ronaldo winning the World Cup. What?
Yeah, they're not having it. They're not having it. So a bit of banter there. So the World Cup starting. It seems like Thierry Henry and Ibrahimovic, Zlatan Ibrahimovic are working for a broadcaster there. So yeah, look, Ibrahimovic is definitely not fighting. What's his name? Because I saw some advertising that Tyson Fury's fighting Ibrahimovic. I don't think it's going to happen, but definitely not for the next month because he's covering stuff at the World Cup. Let's see another angle of that.
But it's good to see y'all. Yay, Henry.
Why does he call him Henry? It's Henry, man. Come on, man.
I'm so upset I can't run anymore, man. When I'm back to the rest.
Speed claims he can beat Thierry Henry in a race. Now, he definitely couldn't when he was in his prime, my brother. So Ibrahimovic stirring it up. Asking who's faster.
I'm faster than Henry, 100%.
Why is Ibrahimovic banding him up like that? I think these two were on stream before another time actually.
Tell him.
He's not faster than me. This is the Panther. We can race.
Not now, Speed. I Show Speed. Big up I Show Speed same way.
What do you mean you can't? You can't race. You can't. You're fit. I seen you.
Yeah, allow it, man. I actually played against some basketball against some people yesterday, and you still got the skills, but certain things it requires different things. You know what I mean? But I think if football wise, even now I Show Speed's not doing anything against Thierry Henry. I'll be honest. There's certain things you don't lose, you know.
You fit, Henry. He won. He won it. I promise you.
I promise you.
We're still getting our buckets. It's still scoring, man. You know what I'm saying?
Young Min,
He will destroy you. Young me? My man, be careful, you know?
Yeah, man. So yeah, they're at the World Cup. I'm gonna be coming on to that in a moment as well. Obviously, the World Cup ceremony and that. And let me see this. Speed just met Zlatan Ibrahimovic, and Thierry Henry got arrested by Zlatan for wearing a Nigerian shirt with a USA jersey. Nigerian shirt? What? Ugh, I'm not even playing it. How does that work? That's fine though. That's fine though. Sweat, isn't Aisha Speed Ghanaian? I saw something that he might be Ghanaian actually. I don't know. He might actually be Ghanaian, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, so the World Cup started, and that's what's going on, and got Future performing at the World Cup. Hip hop has forwarded a long way, you know. Future and Tyler, I think she's from South Africa, performing at the World Cup opening ceremony, which is in, I think it's, what's it, Canada, USA, and some parts of South America. I think so. I think South America's in there as well. A few different angles. Let me see something. Yeah, no, it's just Future. Was Kelly? What's her name? Katy Perry. Katy Perry performing as well. That's an interesting attire. You know, look, fashion is all about drawing attention. Really, obviously, if you don't draw attention, nobody's going to know or have any interest in what you're wearing. So it's a bit of a different design there. But yeah, so Katy Perry's there in the World Cup opening ceremony, and of course Future and Tyler, as I've previously described. I haven't seen. Oh, there Tyler is. Tyler, did they have a song together? Maybe they got a song together. Oh, Game Time. They got a song together called Game Time. Okay. Obviously, I'm not playing it for obvious reasons. Yeah, so that's what's going on over there. The World Cup, Future and Tyler performing. Serena, I've already covered that in another video. In terms of the opening ceremony itself, this is what happened. So you got Statue of Liberty and some dancers rolling onto the ceremony. That's a massive rig, isn't it? The USA flag being shaken or whatever. Fireworks. A lot going on there. But who wins? I'm gonna come back another time if just looking at the teams again who are at the World Cup. There's another video on the channel. Do check that out, looking at the teams at the World Cup. But yeah, man, World Cup has started. Yes, so Misfits. So I'm gonna look, Big Stacks and Arms Killer Leon. I'm not gonna get into it, but obviously Big Stacks got injured, and there's a question over whether the fight's gonna happen or not. But we'll just look generally. I did see a video from Arms Killer Leon saying that it's still on. Tommy Fury, forgive me, and Eddie Hall are also fighting World's Strongest Man, and obviously Tyson Fury's brother, a fighter in his own right. He's fighting Eddie Hall. I think it's tonight. I'm recording this on Saturday morning, so I think this is going to be tonight, and we're going to see who wins. Let me rock through this and actually give some predictions. Actually, I say, just from a boxing pedigree point of view, I think Tommy Fury will outpoint Eddie Hall, and I think his strategy is just going to be running away from Eddie Hall and staying away from Eddie Hall's punches and kind of picking him off with the jab. And on that basis, I think that Tommy Fury wins this, despite the probably power difference and probably size difference, etc. But I think Eddie Hall will probably gas out, respectfully. Although he is an athlete in his own right, in the events that he does, but I think Tommy Fury as a boxer will win, and we will see. Eddie Hall, has a chance of knocking Tommy out, if he catches him. But I don't think Tommy Fury's gonna have trained to allow himself to be caught by Eddie Hall. So that's my view. So we'll see what happens later on. That is my view. In terms of other fights, there's Anthony Taylor, and that's at heavyweight, 10:32 p.m. We'll just roll it back down. Then you've got Anthony Taylor versus Matty Floyd. I've got no idea who will win in that one. No idea. Swarms v B Dave. I don't know who B Dave is. Swarms is obviously a footballer and rapper and that. Don't know who will win that one. Big Stacks versus Arms. I think Arms will win it. Big Stacks is injured. Okay. He's got that lip injury, so I think he might be quite tentative because of the injury. If injury aside, if I was looking at it, I think I don't know how much boxing experience Big Stacks has, but Arms has got some boxing experience, some MMA experience as well, but some boxing experience. I reckon Arms in any event wins that. That's my view. I think Arms in any event wins that. These two, I'm not gonna mention these names. I'm not gonna get caught up in that algorithm. But those two at the 8:28, I don't know who wins that. I have no idea. I don't know anything about that one. And Jay Jones v Frederica at heavyweight. Okay, Adam Brooks versus Raheem Pardisi. Lil Belzy v The Creation. Sheena Bathory versus Tiny Snows. Kalas Karim versus Luke Nevin. Okay, I don't know who those people are, but those are the people fighting. Okay. IB for final boss versus Jordan McCann at 8:28. I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, look, I'm gonna go. Do you know what? I reckon Jordan McCann wins that. He's got a punch on him. He's got a punch on him. So I'll just leave it like that. I reckon Jordan McCann wins that one. IB for final boss and Jordan McCann at 8:28. So that's what I think happens there. There's been altercations. There's been all sorts, but I don't care about the stuff that happens outside the ring so much. More about the fighting. I'm a boxing man. I'm a fighting man. As the Furies say. So let's see who actually wins. Jones. Is it Jay Jones? I've seen that name before. Yeah, she beat Egypt, didn't she? The Salt and Pepper daughter. And what's his name? Naughty by Nature daughter. Treach daughter. She beat Egypt. So look, okay, I'm gonna say I don't know much about Fredericia. I reckon Jay Jones wins that one. She's proven herself to be a fighter. She's got 2 gold medals. I'm not betting against. Well, so I don't believe in betting. So that's I'm betting aside, but I would say that Jay Jones wins it due to her fighting pedigree. That one at 8:02 p.m. That's my view. And yeah, man, Fury versus Hall is obviously the main event. It's on DAZN. And we'll see what happens. Yeah, Jones used to do taekwondo. There's the prices, etc. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's my kind of run through on those fights. We'll have to see what happens with that, really. We'll have to see what happens with that. So put your... Obviously, I'll do a follow-up video on what actually happens with the fights, but put your, what do you call it? Put your, I wouldn't say prediction necessary, but tell me what you think about the fight, because by the time you probably watch this, the fight will just about to start. So let me know what you think about those fight cards. But for now, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. But for now, I'm done talking.
Because you can't wait to see what happens next. And that's the future that SpaceX wants to bring to you.
Welcome back to the channel. So you can see it there. SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's rocket company, is on the Nasdaq at an initial public offering price of $135. Obviously, nothing in this video is financial advice or anything of that nature. But what it does mean, in addition to his net worth arising from Tesla and other stock, Elon Musk is now a trillionaire. And what that means, so apparently it started at 150, but what that means is that he's got $1,000 billion, basically. 1,000, so just look at that correctly. So 1,000 times $1 billion. When he passed over the $999 billion and he's on to $1,000 billion, that makes you a trillionaire. And he's allegedly the first one, but there's been some people suggesting that there might be others. I might look into that in this video. Please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, by the way. I really appreciate the watchers, listeners, and subscribers. But what do you think about all of that? Seen all sorts of different comments on social media. You can see him talking here.
Take anyone who wants to go to the moon. Anyone.
He's saying he's taking anybody who wants to go to the moon, and people are saying, you know, why should one person be so rich? Well, I mean, he's invested, he's done his business, and he's gotten it. He's gotten there. And I guess people are saying, you know, he should probably share some with, you know, he could probably end world hunger and all sorts of these sort of things. I don't know. We'll see. His intent appears to be going to different planets, Mars. I don't know what he's saying about the moon. But he's looking outside of Earth, basically.
Who wants to go to Mars or anywhere in the solar system, and maybe beyond the solar system at some point. We want to be able to take you there.
So that's his aim, and it's a story that is making waves across media generally, with Elon Musk becoming the world's first trillionaire. SpaceX shares go to the Nasdaq stock market, and BBC here is providing a bit of a summary on it. Obviously he's getting you know, he's offering the shares, so he's essentially selling those shares in the company to members of the public, really, and then that money goes to him, and you know, obviously others, there might be other shareholders in SpaceX who may have shared some of their shareholding. They too would have become maybe he's created a few billionaires, who knows. It's the largest IPO since Saudi Aramco went public and opened at 25 billion. And apparently it peaked at 176 before dropping. But look, this is not really a financial channel as such, but it is a breaking news story. With SpaceX having its initial public offering, and that was the BBC's comment. Yeah, so that's what I thought would happen. Investment banks take home 500 million as SpaceX shares soar. That's what Lily Jamali, North American technology correspondent for the BBC, is reporting. Goldman Sachs, but sliding, so they secured business by sliding into Elon Musk's DMs. Morgan Stanley will take over 100 million, and JP Morgan Chase each receive about 75 million in speed. Because obviously when you're doing something like this, there's a lot of paperwork to get through and a lot of due diligence before you can enter the public market. Now, there's some reference, as I said, and I thought there would be, to there's apparently anti-poverty charity Oxfam saying that his wealth exceeds that of the poorest 3.8 billion people in the world. It's 46% of the global population. Hitting 1 trillion means his wealth grew over 550 billion over the past year, equivalent to an average rate of 1 million per minute. Now the thing is, I mean, this is just it's capitalism. That's how it works. You go after what you want. You try to monetize it, and then you sell what you monetized to the public. And obviously, I mean, it's not just money given away like that. Obviously, the money that people are paying for the stock, no doubt, a lot of it will be invested further into growing technologies within SpaceX, I imagine. And this is where we are. So in 2026, we've seen a trillionaire. You can reject that Business Insider. Just look at this. So I think Zohran Mamdani, he's the New York mayor, no? I think so. Obviously, New York's in the news. New York Knicks beating the San Antonio Spurs 3-1 recently. So apparently he's pushed policy according to the Business Insider. Reason 1 trillion why we should tax the rich. So he's saying tax the rich. Obviously, there's arguments for and against that, but he's saying tax the rich. Allegedly, that's what the Business Insider reporting. Musk had spoken out against Mamdani allegedly, and backed his challenger Andrew Cuomo. So obviously, they're not fans of each other. That's what the New York mayor is saying on that. Of course, I'm gonna accept the cookies. Telegraph is reporting tech boss net worth rising to above the 1 trillion mark. So he'll no doubt be 2 trillion very soon, because that's the thing. When you got that amount of money, you invest it in the right places, it can grow even further. So that's that. Obviously, the Financial Times as well. I'm not big them up with that. Look at this Sky article. Essential cookies only, always. SpaceX IPO latest. Becomes the world's first trillionaire as opening shares. Sure, and yeah, as I say, he's got Twitter, Grok, SpaceX, that's artificial intelligence. He said that with Tesla, he's going to be focusing on sort of taxi type vehicles for those who decide to have Tesla vehicles. And yeah, man, what do you think? He's richer than all but 21 countries. So he could have a whole country. Somebody made a joke comment that he could buy Mars. Investors are putting hopes on Musk. How will you use his riches? Concern. Obviously, there's politics and other stuff going on as well. And the internals of SpaceX. We can see there. I'll show you that video early on. Might get it through it a bit longer. Let me hear this. Obviously, no music. He said what he said, man. Reuters reject all by Main Manyasayani and Niket Nishant. Credit to them. Talking about Elon Musk becoming the first trillionaire. So it's not even 1 trillion. He's got 1.1. So that is what? 1.1 is 1,100 billion base. Sorry, 1,100 billion. 1,100 times a billion, basically. And that's what he's got. So SpaceX, a sprawling rocket, satellite, and AI company. Do they do the Starlink stuff? And then he's got the electric car maker, Tesla. And yeah, so it raised 75 billion in its initial public offering. And he had a net worth just prior. I didn't even know that. I thought he was in maybe 400 billion, 300 billion, but apparently he had 780 billion dollars according to Forbes. Look, I think people. Look, I heard arguments about poverty, etc., but yeah, I don't know about watching Next Man's Pocket too tough. Obviously, I'm reporting on it generally, but yeah, people just work and strive for what you want in life, man. That's all I can say. Just don't stop, keep going, work on different things, and see how you progress. People will have a lot of views on the politics of the situation. There's suggestion that he's got support of government, etc., in being able to move forward with his projects and stuff. But on the other hand, of course, he is indeed innovating. There's issues with some of the other strong words that he may say from time to time. But he's buying up companies because a lot of it, like Tesla, even Tesla, I think he bought Tesla. A lot of the companies he invests in them and then he makes them better. Essentially, that's what he kind of does, and that's what venture capitalists do. So that's what's going on. At the same time, Tesla's faced legal challenges and check up the time. So his story CEO, particularly his 2018 pay package, once worth 56 million. Of course, he's going to pay himself a load of dosh. And in terms of, yeah, look at this is what Reuters is saying. The table now. Who's close to him? Larry Ellison with about 200 and let's see here, about 250 or 300 million maybe. 250 or 300 million. Larry Ellison, Larry Page, Sergey Brin. So Sergey Brin, I think he's the Google guy. Jeff Bezos, that is Amazon. Is Michael Dell Computing? Maybe. Mark Zuckerberg, of course, Facebook. Jensen Huang, Bernard Arnault and family, and Amancio Ortega. And his, as I say, the money he's working with eclipses. And obviously credit to Reuters on this article. I'm just looking through this. Credit to Reuters on the article. Apparently they're saying that accumulated wealth above the annual output of dozens of national economies. And are they saying the ones in blue are the ones that we're talking about? That he is kind of overcoming. Credit to those people on that article there. Manya Saini and Niket Nishan. So that's what is happening, man. That is what is happening. That is what's happening, man. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this? Please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to hype this video. And obviously, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. But there you have it. The first trillionaire. Maybe there's been others that we don't know about, but that's the first openly recorded trillionaire. I may have your thoughts, but for now, I'm done talking. Yeah, man, that just about sums it up. Is it fair to say that these lot messed up, man? The San Antonio Spurs, Wemby, boy, you had your opportunity there, man. And all the New York Knicks need now is one more game, and yeah, their pattern, man. So it's 3-1. The Spurs just blew, what was it, a 29-point lead. Misses a free throw. It's a lot, man. And it's in these times, like if you had, like, Wemby will do better in time, but you got to be clutch in these moments, I can't lie. You definitely need to be clutch in these moments. And Wemby made things get to him. And you can't see it from this angle, but Fat Joe, New York rapper, was on his right. I think he was doing something called the potato dance or something, but he was making bare, gesticulations, so to speak, with his hands. Obviously, Wemby's trying to lock in. And it just didn't happen. It just didn't happen. And Fat Joe, I think in one of the early, was it game 2? Fat Joe was when Wemby was shooting in that game as well. So, I don't know, Fat Joe tells a lot of stories. But, do you know what? He might be the 6th member on the court for the Knicks, you know. He might be winning it for them. You know what I mean? So, yeah, it's just not going too great for San Antonio Spurs. But are we going to see... Yeah, I mean, that one. But there's also a bit of controversy, because if you look here, it said that maybe this was a foul on this San Antonio Spurs player. Look here. So does he hit his hand? And therefore, I mean, this is like kind of the closing minutes. Should they have gotten something for that? Was that a clear foul? But yeah, man, I thought Wemby was going to turn it around. Maybe he still does have an opportunity to still turn it around. They're doing all sorts of ritual. What's this? A ritual? What are they saying about rituals and that?
Is another NBA Finals, a bunch of...
This is before, anyway. But look, that is not real, clearly. That is not real, clearly. You got to watch out for these clips, man. But, yeah, they're doing all sorts of AI memes and that. Obviously, Fat Joe was doing that dance, as I was saying to you. It's him there with, what's his name? Stephen A. Smith and his brethren. And they're saying, yo, I might even tag him in this. They're saying that Fat Joe's saving the Knicks, man. He's so Fat Joe's doing bear dances and that. See, Fat Joe's there, as I said to you. Yeah, he's saying doing a dance called the Humpty Dumpty, apparently. But yeah, man, do you know what? That is proper fan support. Do you know what I mean? I mean, when the last day went it in the 70s or something, so something's got to give. And there's another clip, I might see it later on with Iman Chumpert joining the crowds. And we're going to look at the Rihanna clip as well. She's shooting some moves. So everybody's getting involved her with ASAP Rocky.
Save the Knicks once again. Check it out.
You see what I'm saying? So yeah, everybody's getting involved. It's all kicking off. It's all kicking off, you know what I'm saying? It's all kicking off, man. I covered that about whatever you saw. One thing that I'm not liking, and I've got to be careful not to show too much of those clips, is that, yeah, the violence is crazy. They're throwing stuff at the man, them. And I don't know, I wonder what it would be in San Antonio. It'd be the same thing, but they're throwing stuff. Man are getting, what do you call it? Man are getting their jerseys ripped off for them and stuff. Man are getting beat up. Like when it's going good for the New York Knicks, they're loving it. But I think that after that defeat, yeah, boy, you know, it went a bit, yeah, it went a bit crazy up there. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. They're throwing stuff. I don't know. I guess anything to win, I suppose. Anything to win, but that's not necessary, man. Come on, man. You lot can do a bit better than that, you know what I mean? But yeah, man. This is a good. It's captivating. It's a captivating series, no doubt. It's captivating. Yeah, AG Anobi. He really, because I mean I think Jalen shoots and AG Anobi, I think what's his name. He tips the ball into the net to get that. I think it's 107, 106. Yeah, man, that's what's going on. So that's the no, I'm saying that's the New York Knicks up 3-1 in the NBA Finals. Also had, I'm not sure if I'm gonna have it in this clip straight away. I might do. You had there you go. You had Wu-Tang performing. Nas was in the crowd during the halftime. Obviously, man's not going to play the music. But yeah, man, Nas was there watching Wu-Tang perform. Game 4. It's all kicking off, all happening at the same time. That's the man then performing. You can see that in that wider clip. That wider clip there. And yeah, man. What a cultural spectacle of, joy for the New York. Really trying to get the New York's the biggest, biggest comeback in that. And maybe that will fuel them on. I think definitely it's their town. It's their town. And they're trailing by 29 points, but look at the scores. Look at the scores. It's all to win. Look, we're talking about one more game, man. One more game. But can Wemby turn it around? Look, if we're talking about the greatest of all time, if we're talking about GOATs, it's in these situations that GOATs are made. Do you know who's done it before? I swear LeBron, which team was he with? And he turned round a 3-1 and went on to win. It might have been against, was it Golden State or was he with the Cavs? I can't remember exactly. But he certainly turned around a situation. So Wemby's got an opportunity to do that. It's going to take a lot of hard work. It's more games because obviously if you're down, you need those additional games to win. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment, man. That's where we're at the moment. So, and then you've got this one, but with Rick Ross flying economy or commercial. Sorry, forgive me. Was he flying? Let's hear what he's saying.
That I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is? Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi.
Oh, so he's saying his plane was being updated with Starlink. Okay.
Yeah, that's what my
they caught him flying. But look, this is mad. For a start, like, this is a real situation of first world issues, first world problems, or whatever it is, because people are taking photographs of people flying the plane. Like, flying the plane, if you're somebody from a, say, third world country or there's country less popular, the ability to fly in the plane is something that you could say is a really good thing. And it's something to look, you know, for somebody from that level to look forward to. Rick Ross is flying in the plane, he's sitting down. Look, I'm no fan of Rick Ross per se, but just speaking in general terms. So what if he's flying commercial? Those planes probably take a lot to run. He's saying that he was doing it because his airplane was being fitted with Starlink. That's the internet stuff. But I don't know. I think sometimes people got their priorities in the wrong place. I can't lie.
For the ones who want to know where my jet at, I obviously didn't get the memo. It's being updated with Starlink. You know what Starlink is?
I said it's been updated with Starlink.
Yeah, that's the $500,000 Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with this comment. People worrying about other people's money and lifestyle. Yeah, man.
That's what my jet
what he's doing, innit?
And I chose to fly commercial to Colombia to go party with Trick Daddy.
Okay, so he said he's basically outside partying and that.
And Ball Greasy had to escape the States.
He's a funny guy. He's like a bit of a comedian to me. Like, the way how he pronounces things, he makes everything sound spectacular.
And that was a hell of a vibe. I had an amazing time.
But they're paparazziing you, man. They're paparazziing them, yeah?
When I was leaving, that hoodie was low, bro.
Well, look, that's his explanation anyway, man. That's his explanation anyway. And yeah, man, same, man. That's his explanation for why he was flying, not economy then. I was asking the question because I was obviously I do the research as I go through the video. But Serena Williams is back in a full effect. Serena Williams, the legend herself, she's back in full effect, back to winning ways. I think this was at the Roland Garros. I could be wrong. No, no, forgive me, it's not Roland Garros. That's Taylor Townsend who won the doubles in that. This is at the HSBC Championships. Now, just to address some of the some things that I've been reading, some people saying, "Oh, has she taken the space off other up and comers?" But apparently, with these type of competitions, there's wild cards, and you're always going to get somebody like her who's going to bring eyes to the game. But I think she's playing in doubles. It's not singles. And yeah, she's doing bits. She's doing what she needs to do, man. And she's got a speed of 120 miles an hour. So she's still got it. And maybe I think she's saying kind of bored at home. She wants her kids. The kids are on holiday. She wants her kid to see her playing and stuff. And that's really lovely. And wins a tennis return with a doubles victory at the HSBC Championship. Obviously credit to HSBC Championship on the clips and that. And in terms of the details, so she's a 23 Grand Slam singles champion, even though she's playing doubles here. She's played doubles before, but particularly with her sister, Venus Williams, who's also a GOAT herself, greatest of all time. Serena's slightly better, maybe. Williams, she's defeated the third seed, Nicole Melicar Martinez and Erin Rockcliffe in straight sets, 7-6, 6-2. So yeah, a dominant performance. My computer's doing the mad thing at the moment. we'll say anyway. Try and get through this. And yeah, man, she's doing what goats do, winning. Nearly 45 years old is she, and she advances to the quarterfinals. So, and she's playing against people who are probably in their prime. And this just shows the levels of when you got that kind of talent, you know. This is what she's saying.
The atmosphere was great.
Credit to BBC Sport on the clip. 1 second.
I don't know. I think this past couple of years have been the year of just people coming back.
So she's talking about people coming back. 1 second. Oh, studio. Stuff. Oh, yeah, so she's talking about coming back. And I don't know, does this mean she's looking at a little bit of a run? She might be looking at a bit of a run.
You know, from Lindsey Vonn.
Maybe pick up a singles game here or there.
And so Allyson Felix announcing it, and so it was just about...
Oh, Allyson Felix. Wonderful Olympian, world champion. I think she's definitely world champion, track star, supreme. Allyson Felix is forward and back. Great.
Time for me to do it as well. I mean, you know, you can do anything at any age. And
Come on, Serena.
You know, I just feel like it doesn't matter. As long as you're healthy and you take care of yourself and you're
100%.
happy and you're doing your best, that's really all that matters. You can do...
That is it. You can do anything, man. Yeah, big her up, man. Serena. I wonder if Venus might be inspired as well. I wonder if Venus might be inspired to step into the throw again. 120-mile-per-hour serves in that. 120-mile-per-hour serves. Look at this. Bap! Yeah, she's not that. Lady's on the other end's not returning that. But anyway, big up Serena, man. And in other news, yeah, on the tennis vibe, big up Taylor Townsend. I really rate Roland Garros doubles champ. And she's collecting them, man. She's collecting bears. And she's had issues with getting sponsorship and stuff, but she's a winner. She sorted out her own stuff fashion-wise. And, yeah, man. Well done, well done. Her and Katerina Siniakova. See them there. Congratulating each other. Just doing bits. Look at that. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Credit to Roland Garros on the clips and that, obviously. And you know what? You can do anything that you put your mind to, man. You put the work in. You do need some skills. You do need a little bit of talent and that. But you can do it, man. Look at that. Yeah, man. Look at that. Look at that. It's really, really great stuff. I might adjust where I put this little on the cover. The young ladies. Yep. There you go. Just adjust that a little bit. But yeah, man. Look at that. Winners. And this is in Paris, France. And this is on her page, actually. There. Champions. Come on. Indeed. Yeah, so big up Taylor Townsend on that. And her doubles partner, Katerina Siniakova. As we move on, some Love Island updates. Obviously you can see the people. This is Love Island UK. Robin, Mika, Lola, Angelista, Ellie, Jasmine, Lorenzo, Sam, and these brothers here. And they're dating the ladies. They're up there. And the aim is to form a couple, get through all the tasks, and probably be the final couple, and they get loads of brand deals at the end of it. I mean, that's it. In reality, from what I've seen, the relationship maybe lasts for a full year, maybe a full year and a half or two. Most of the brand deals, and then more reality TV, more stuff, and that's what's going on. But in terms of what's going on in-house, big credit to this page here, loveisland.fandom.com. What's happening is obviously you got the presenter Maya Jama, narrator Ian Sterling, and I'll just start. So Robin Langton was apparently, so all this is alleged. Robin Langton was apparently dumped on day 7. George Knight walked on day 5, and the people still remain, and all those people there. And these are the couplings. So Aiden's dated Ellie, Yasmin, Angelista's dated Ope, Simba, Ellie, Aiden, Cavan, and Tommy. And you can see the others listed there. So that's what's been going on. And that is, I presume, those people, that circles in the villa, and those are days 1, 4, and 7. They're not in the villa. I presume not in the villa, whatever that means. Not in the villa again. And then, yeah, so it's been really mixed up in terms of what's going on. A few updates there. So they couple up. First time freely able to ask someone to couple up. Find the couples Mika and Samaj. I already showed you who the couples were. Kayan. Then you had newest arrivals, Kayan and Priya. And then New Islands didn't choose to couple up with vulnerable islanders, Ellie and Samaj. They would be dumped from the island, the remaining girls. And then on day 5, Mika was left single after George chose to leave the villa. On day 7, the islanders recoupled with the boys, choosing which girl they wanted to. As I say, credit to Love Island.fandom on the text. However, the newest islands, Namibia, and Namibia's a country, isn't it? Namibia, that's a lovely name. And Victoria were given first pick. They picked Sam and Ope. And Lola and Sean and Aiden and Yasmin remained together. And Samraj chose Mika. Cavan coupled up with Jasmine. And Lorenzo picked Priya. As Angelista, Ellie and Robin failed to couple up. They were left single and vulnerable. So I think, yeah, Robin left. New boys, Simba and Tommy, entered the villa, told that they had to choose one of the single girls to couple up with. Simba chose Angelista and Tommy picked Ellie as Robin was not chosen. So that's what's happened up to week 2. So it's been running for 2 weeks now. So that's your little Love Island update there. Back to the New York Knicks theme. This is Rihanna outside with A$AP Rocky.
Let's go, Riri!
And they're saying, let's pause it, they're saying, let's go, Riri, and she's about to shoot. She shoots. Hey, she shoots. The billionaire Rihanna shoots. The billionaire R&B superstar. Everything superstar. Fenty, beauty, perfumes, everything. She shoots, she scores. Is that a good omen for, what do you call it? Is that a good omen for the New York Knicks? Obviously, A$AP Rocky, no doubt, supporting the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? He's a New York brother. And, yeah, he's are they married? I don't know. His partner, or is that's his loved one. He's hugging her outside. They're getting buckets at the Knicks, after the Knicks game this was. So she's clearly a down-to-earth person. Clearly, man. She's outside with the people, them, having fun. And, yeah, it's a good vibe. It's a good vibe, man. So she's outside getting buckets. You see what I'm saying? That's what we want to see. Definitely, that's what we want to see. And you see the clips, A$AP Rocky is encouraging the mother of his children and his partner, and they're doing their bits. Forgive me, I don't know whether they're married or not, but I don't. Obviously, I'm showing them respect and saying that it's his loved one. You see it? So that's what's happening with Rihanna and A$AP Rocky and the New York Knicks, you know. And in next news, Real Madrid. Now, Real Madrid have, I think, so the president has stayed on, and he's saying Marino's forwarding. Let's say what this brother, he's doing a skit on it.
Mbappe, did you hear the news? News? What news?
He's talking about how, so credit to this brother, Haas TV, he's obviously in the commentary on how he thinks Mbappe will react to a Marino being appointed. And do you know what? 1 second. Do you know what? Let me know in the comments whether you think Jose Marino, formerly of Chelsea, all these other players. Wasn't he at Tottenham for a while as well, briefly? I think so. But do you think he'll fit in well at Real Madrid? And if we're talking about top jobs in the world and in Europe, that is definitely one of them.
Coming in, you manager. Oh my, gonna have to banish this time.
Yeah, no music, but yeah, he's saying, because there's this meme at the moment going around of Mbappe as a type of totalitarian ruler, or you know, all these clips, by the way, they're not real, they're just AI, but you know, that's what happened. But anyway, Jose Mourinho's
special breaking news
been confirmed as the Real Madrid boss. And what happens is, I think the other candidate was saying that he said that he was going to get Erling Haaland. That was one of his pledges. Obviously, you never won. President stays on. And this is what's going on.
Yes, Real Madrid have
Credit to Sky Sport News on this clip here. Let me hear what this brother's saying.
confirmed Jose Mourinho is their new first team head coach. The former Chelsea and Manchester United manager has
Chelsea and Manchester United. So, yeah. Wow. Look at that. Somebody said sacked by January. We will see. But do you know what? Real Madrid is a strange one, you know, because they're so successful. It's like so many Champions League, so many league titles. Barcelona, I think, yeah, that's it. I mean, Barcelona did win the La Liga this year, Spanish La Liga this year. But saying that, I guess your job as a manager is just to keep on winning, man, and to manage the egos of your multi-million-pound stars. You just have to keep on winning. That's what I imagine's going on there.
Mourinho's return to Real Madrid is
that's the president there, and you see he's holding the jersey. So yeah, but yeah, if he doesn't win, he's out. I think that's going to be that's you know, if he doesn't hold up a certain standards, he's going to be out definitely, because their level, Real Madrid's level's high. And I say to you, back in the day, it was either, even as an Arsenal fan, in terms of teams that I would pick to play on FIFA, it's either Real Madrid or Manchester City at the time, because top teams, man. But Real Madrid, yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. There's going to be a lot of commentary on that. Let me know if you think he's gonna be a good fit or not. In other news, Claressa Shields. Wonder how she's gonna react to I think the Times article, and I need to maybe find that Times article on Serrano. What does it actually say? Times article on Serrano. Article Serrano. Does it? Because I think the commentary, the feedback I get was that they're suggesting that she's the greatest of all time. So this is the Times magazine. Obviously, credit to them in what relation to what you're going to see. And they're, well, I'll accept that for these purposes, but it's 100 most influential people in sport in 2026. Now, they've chosen a boxer, Amanda Serrano. I presume, this is me presuming that Claressa Shields isn't on this list. Titans, yeah. So this is where it gets sticky, man. Yeah. This is where it gets sticky. So let's go to... So these are all the lists. So we can look at review this journal. 100 most influential people in sport. You got icons. LeBron James is up there. Big up AJ Wilson, man. I rate her still. You got some other people there. Tajay Podcast. I could learn about some of these people. Victor Wemby seen as a Titan. Amanda Serrano is seen as a Titan, but there's no mention of the undefeated Claressa Shields. And that's a bit of an affront, really, isn't it? That is a bit of an affront, because she's a Titan. There's no doubt about that. In terms of boxing, she should be in this 100. I can see that. And that's where a conversation is gathering about this now. And we're just going to go over there and take a look at that. So what's this brother saying about it?
Today has to be one of the worst days in Claressa Shields' life. Has to be.
so bad.
This guy's called Mr. Skinny TV. And just to be clear, you got to question whether people like the people they're talking about or not, because sometimes, you know. Let's see what
I predict the crash out is gonna happen soon, bro. You might ask, why, Skinny? Why is this here the worst day in Clarissa Shields' life?
So he's saying, is it the worst day in her life?
Well, first off, she started off the day having to see the real GOAT, Amanda Serrano, on Time magazine.
So this guy thinks that she's the real GOAT, Serrano's the real GOAT, tied for most KOs in history, 10 consecutive years. The thing with Serrano, though, I think she has, I've covered her before on this channel, she's not undefeated. I mean, there's, you know, headline fight at MSG, 7-time division world champion, undisputed Puerto Rican champion, most viewed women's watch, best paid female in history, but she's not undefeated, and Clarissa is. But the thing is, Clarissa's, I think Clarissa got 18 or 19 boxing matches. Some said if she'd kept her personal life personal. I mean, people are allowed to have a personal life and do whatever they want with it. But if she's a good boxer and she's undefeated, they probably should be mentioning her, no? But that's what this brother's saying about. I wonder if there's any other commentary. Let's see what this brother's saying.
Clarissa Shields gets accused of hating on.
So this question is, who's the real GOAT?
Amanda Serrano being on the cover of Time magazine. So you got people calling out Clarissa.
Credit to Iman the Future, who's this person speaking.
She's been going back and forth with Amanda. I believe Amanda had broke the, tied the record for the most knockouts.
Maybe they'll fight. I think did I see them in the ring, preempting the fight? I don't know. I don't know. Even if they fight, I'm not sure Clarissa's fought enough professionally to even have an opportunity to get some of the records that Serrano's got. I think that's what the issue is, really. Because she's only had, 19 professional boxing fights, and in that time, that's what she's done.
Clarissa Shields is...
And that was in 2022. So, I don't know. Who's the real GOAT? Clarissa or Serrano? You lot let me know, man. You lot let me know. And you ignore the personal life and all that stuff, whether she's with Papoose or, you know, whether, you know, her going back and forth with Remy. All that's kind of irrelevant to whether she's a better boxer than Serrano or not. Isn't it, really? All that stuff is irrelevant, no? I think that stuff is irrelevant still. But anyway, let's move on from that. Piers Morgan did want to look at this, where John Terry, Simon Jordan were discussing boxing stuff, basically. Not boxing stuff, sorry, football stuff. Chelsea, looking at the teams, at the World Cup, Tuchel, etc. Let's hear what they're saying. Obviously, I'm not a Chelsea fan, put it that way, but I'm just looking at this for media purposes, but I'm not going to give my opinions on these three people. Or the one in the middle. I've got things to say, but I'll leave that for another video.
What do you mean, John? What are you talking about? We've just been found. They've just been fined 10 million quid, done a deal to overcome all the challenges that they had by doing deals behind agents' backs.
So Simon's saying that Chelsea's had some legal issues recently. But let's hear what John Terry replies to that.
Doesn't accept that deal. It's new ownership that's accept that.
John.
So John Terry's saying that it had nothing to do with Roman Abramovich, okay? And it's the new owners.
Pretty silly. The premise of that deal is that Eden Hazard, as we know, was transferred to Chelsea rather than Man United because the agent was paid a backhander by Chelsea. That's not been.
I'm going to say this is all alleged or allegedly, because I need to look deep into these files to see whether any of that is true, but that's what Simon Jordan's saying anyway.
Controversial, that's a fact.
And Simon, that didn't go on when you was in charge, no?
No, but we're not talking about what I was doing when I was in charge.
Okay, I will leave that there. I have no idea what anybody was doing when they were in charge, but that's what they were talking about in terms of what's going on with Chelsea. their predictions on the World Cup.
Going to win the World Cup.
Credit to Touchline Grid for doing a little clip on this.
I'm going to go France or England for me.
Can win.
John Terry reckons France or England, and a lot of commentators are saying France actually.
World Cup, and I think
Simon Jordan was waffling. Hey Simon, you were waffling. You weren't. I agree with Pears on that. You weren't answering the question directly. You should have just said what your answer was. But I guess he's got his reasons for. I think he gave a nuanced answer, or did he give a nuanced answer to something else? But yeah, just answer the question directly, man. If you ask me, I think France will win. I think France will win. There you go, straight answer.
is the difference between us potentially winning the World Cup and not having a particularly
going to win the World Cup.
All right, so that's what's been said there, and this is look. John Terry suggested that Harry Kane should be transferred to Arsenal. I think he was taking the mick because obviously Harry Kane's ex-Spurs, and if Harry Kane wanted to stay in London and do all that, he would have transferred like Sol Campbell ages ago because he's been in London. But he wanted to go to Bayern Munich and do an absolute madness, like badding up that league and winning it. So that's what the man did. I'm not sure that we want Harry Kane at Arsenal. Doesn't quite make sense to me, but yeah, he was taking the mick on that.
Congratulate Arsenal on winning the Premier League. So off we go.
I will actually, Piers. I will congratulate Arsenal.
Yeah, of course he's going to take the with his medals and all of that. Yeah, I hear it. I hear it. Their views on Tuchel, the
what is your view? Has he got
England manager?
Squad right, or
excluding Cole Palmer, Luke Shaw, and Phil Foden as well.
Should he have taken the big name players and hope that they come good in the World Cup?
So let's say what he says on that.
Piers, first of all, I really like him. Obviously, seeing worked around him at Chelsea when he was there. Obviously,
so he's saying that he likes Tuchel. All right, you it is what it is. Okay. All right, so yeah, they had a bit of back and forth, all sorts of egos in the room, and that's to be expected. But yeah, Pears was on Simon Jordan's TalkSport show recently as well, so I guess it's they're back and forth. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what's going on. Give me your views on who you reckon will win the World Cup. There's a political background to the World Cup. I'll comment on it briefly. I know that the Somali referee was sent back because he didn't fulfill visa requirements, as I understand it. There's been issues with the Iran team, I think, staying in America. And there's this argument as to whether, the sort of immigration rules or whatever the rules they have in terms of politics, etc., should overrule when you're a country hosting an international event. So there's all sorts of arguments going back and forth on that at the moment, and do you lot let me know your thoughts on that aspect in the comments below. But yeah, let's move on. Then we got so this is Black British actor David Oyelowo. He played Martin Luther King in Selma, and he's commenting on Drewski's satire.
My answer to that, to the Drewski thing, is to start.
Let's hear what he says.
A streaming platform with an African American like me.
So he's saying collab, share thoughts, move forward together, avoid the separation.
Okay. And for us to build something from a global perspective.
And this is on the 154 show with Godfrey and his co-presenter.
That is for African Americans, it's for South Americans, it's for...
So he's saying the black community should forward together and just talk, collab, and don't... Basically, no separation.
Black people in the diaspora, it's for people on the continent, it's for all of them.
He did say he didn't think it was helpful, but his answer is to continue to collaborate. He does think it is funny.
As we call it a tent, we call it an umbrella.
Okay, I mean that's his view on it. It's quite a balanced response. Madame Joyce had commented on the situation much earlier on. This is her cocktails and takeaways, or mixed drink and takeaways podcast. Madame Joyce
was created to complain about Black Brits taking Black American roles. I completely understand the frustration.
So she's saying she understands the frustration. This is the young lady who had said that Klay Thompson was less popular, or Megan Thee Stallion, when they were in a couple, made Klay Thompson known, something along those lines. But I think she was bantering. I think she was trolling with that. But she's forward in here with a more sort of serious commentary.
In Black Americans being annoyed about people who don't understand the history of what they've gone through, now having to.
Okay, let's fast forward. What's
classically trained.
So she's saying that the actors, and she's big up Michaela Cohen, is it that her name? Are classically trained actors. That's true.
Nicole, she studied at Guild, top drama school.
She's saying that they've studied at the top drama school, so it's not surprising that they might get called for all different types of roles, because they've got the ability to play the different types of roles.
In the world. David Oyelowo, who is a.
Let me move on from that. I'm not sure what that bloody thing is.
In the world. John Boyega went to identity acting school.
So another good top acting school.
Cynthia O'Reilly went to RADA. She went to RADA.
RADA's the top of the tops. Big up Cynthia.
Do not play with us. We went too hard.
I've covered her a lot on this channel, actually.
Drisky recently.
Yeah, that's what Madame Joyce of Cocktails and Takeaway, and I think that's quite she forwarded some facts. That's quite a balanced view. You had Dr. what's his name?
I'm gonna tell you this, Art. I did have a problem with Brother David playing Dr. King.
Yeah, he had a problem with it. So there's a sort of back. Why did he have?
I'm gonna tell you this, Art. I did have a problem with Brother David playing Dr. Hero. I don't care if you're American African, British African, Caribbean African.
He's saying it's not right.
No group is better than the other.
But he's not saying they're better than the other. And yeah, and that's the thing. The idea he's saying, essentially, the idea that the Black British people are better actors is not a reasonable.
I will say though, if I was in a room with my British African actors, I would say, listen, do you love and respect your American African family?
Okay, so that's he's taken a similar converse approach to what's his name?
Different from y'all. I don't know.
All right, so that's what is it Umar? Umar is saying. Dr. Umar is saying about it. Yeah, did Damson Idris say anything? Maybe not. But anyway, look, you lot give me your views as well. Janet's touring Japan. Couple clips on that. Is that one of them? Yeah. So she's in Japan. Big up Janet, legend. She's a legend, Janet Jackson, man. She's in Japan, so yeah, we'll look into that. And last but not least, you got Jamie Foxx. He's a funny guy. Listen to this.
The garden. I'm here.
So obviously, there's all that commentary about the New York Knicks v San Antonio, and this is Jamie Foxx doing couple impressions on the Inside NBA crew at the NBA Finals.
There, we're all here. Shaq is here. Charles is here. Kenny's here. What do you think?
Then he imitates, in particular, Charles Barkley and Shaquille O'Neal.
I don't know what the fuck he said, but we're here. Here at the Garden. They're going off. It's great here at the Garden.
So he's suggesting that Shaq mumbles a lot.
Right now, here at the New York Knicks, everyone's here. Ben Stiller's here. Timothy Chalamet's there.
Maybe he took a note of the people who were there as well.
Spike Lee's there.
Spike Lee's always there.
Everyone is here in the garden. We're here. They're there. We're going to be here. We'll be here all night. They'll be there all night.
He does say, Ernie does say that a lot though, doesn't he?
What do you think, Charles? Charles, weigh in.
I think the Charles one is great. The Charles one, very spot on.
Ernie, let me say this. Ernie, let me say this. Shaq, let me say, Shaq, what do you think?
Just on Charles Barkley, actually, they were saying, why did he refer to Cardi B as Cardi D's or something inappropriate? And on the face of it, it's definitely not something that you probably say in the working environment. I saw Charles Barkley reacting to the public response to that, and he's saying that, you know, people should be able to take a joke, and he was also saying that he's got a long-term contract with I don't know, whoever the organisation is, and he wouldn't mind getting out of it, but they'd have to pay him, and he doesn't see himself staying in the contract for another 6 to 7 years. But that's what's going on over there. Let me have your opinion on whether he should have referred to Cardi B in that manner. It probably was inappropriate, to be fair. It was you know, that's not something that you necessarily say. But he said that he was joking. But let's hear this impression here. So that's meant to be Shaq, clearly. Look, that's what's going on. Do the New York Knicks win it? Do the San Antonio Spurs forward back with Wemby? We'll see. But that is my massive, incredible summary, dealing with a lot of information on what's been happening, man. Big up all the watchers, listeners, and subscribers. And please don't forget to hype this video. But for now, I'm done talking.
You kept coming back. If me not good, how can you keep coming back for more?
You keep coming.
Hey, you got one more time to do something. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, man. Welcome back to the channel. Boy, I thought I'd just take a look at this program. Apparently it's on TVJ, which is a program in which is a channel in Jamaica, as I understand it. And they've got a kind of their own type of reality TV, what do you call it? You know, like Judge Judy, them things there. It's not quite Jerry Springer because it's in court. I think there's another judge who does these types of things on TV in America, and they forwarded it to Jamaica, and I just thought I'd take a look and you lot give me your thoughts on it. It's called Jacket Court TV, and just to be clear, jacket in sort of Caribbean culture refers to when, you know, a man and a woman may be in a relationship, and then the woman has a relationship or activity outside that relationship and creates a child. Now, I've got one big question. What you might find, I'm not sure about the court shows necessarily in America, but you might find in, you know, Jerry Springer and some of these that allegedly some of the people are actors or actresses. I'd be interested to look into whether this lady here is a real judge and things like that. Maybe she is. And also whether the people taking part are actors or actresses. There's a particular clip that I saw earlier. I had to kind of give it a side eye and kind of question whether what I was seeing was, you know, it was acting or not. But anyway, let's continue to listen to this.
Not making it easy.
And yeah, you lot, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. I need to put a subscribe thing on this video, but it will come up on the video and you look at it anyway.
I know, I understand. There's a lot of emotion.
Hey, chill out, but you don't talk like you.
Somebody's made the point. They actually do look alike. So maybe it's either good casting or good actors and good or it's sorry, I should say it's either.
Hey, chill out, but you don't talk like
it's either good casting or they're real. These are real stories. You know what I'm saying?
It's like that in front of me. You make him disrespect me. Him don't know me. I don't know him. And you stand there, make this.
She said you stand there making him disrespect him and stuff like that. So this one's apparently when a mother made a plea, father won own years of hurt. Whose side are you on? And this this is actually, I don't know. I'm wondering whether there's a YouTube channel actually, but it's actually on the TVJ channel in Jamaica, as I understand.
You don't?
No, you understand why?
You want respect?
Bro, watch it, bro.
You want respect?
Listen,
35 years ago.
Listen,
You want respect?
Listen.
Okay,
Like I said,
what are they saying?
you don't know me. I don't know you. I want to keep it that way right now.
If it's his actual son, that's not really a nice thing to say. I can't lie. That's not really a nice thing to say if they actually do know each other.
Oh, for real.
So if it's actually his son, I mean.
See?
Alright.
I tell you.
I'm talking to your mother over there.
I tell you that we shouldn't have done this. The man ain't no good.
You didn't tell that church 5 years ago.
He says 5 years, but he actually says you never said that 35 years ago.
And remember, it wasn't a one night stand. You love it. You love it.
Okay.
We kept coming back.
It's a bit uncomfortable listening if you're their offspring listening to this type of stuff.
If me not good, how come you keep coming back for more?
You keep coming.
Hey.
Yeah, it's a bit on the rude side saying that still.
You got one more time to do
Watch
something.
your mouth.
Say something one more
Watch
time.
your mouth. And you teach your boy some teach your boy some manners.
Woo!
You know?
He said, teach the boy some manners.
You tell me?
Mr. Robinson, Mr. Tucker.
What you talk about?
I'm right here.
Yeah, man, that's one scenario. I'll go back to one of the earlier ones actually. Let's go to this one here. What's this one about? Rumors destroyed.
Has anyone come forward to you and said, I know this has happened?
So what's this situation is one about a lie in a relationship apparently. Stream anytime on One Spot Media. Okay.
You know, I have family members. I even got called because what she's saying is, you know how Jamaicans are.
Okay, so is this filmed in Jamaica? Maybe it is.
My sister-in-law boyfriend, who is an American, also called me. It's not only Jamaican. You're in a people chat.
What? I don't know what this scenario is. What's going on there?
People chat. And you know in Jamaica, things will reach a foreign all over the place, so you not even know who calling who.
So she's saying that things are spreading, the talk is happening about a particular situation, and it's just forwarding around.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
There has to be something to stop this rumor. Rumor don't just start off its own.
What even is the rumor?
We are one of the couples that are the LTS in our neighborhood, the youngest and the LTS.
She's saying they're the healthiest couple in the neighborhood.
We've been together for a long time. Him build what house where we live in right now.
So she's saying that her partner, this brother here, built the house that they lived in.
And in work,
they live in currently.
And him tell me to stop working because I have the kids. Said I should stay home and he'll work. And we are.
I can't lie, this one doesn't look like acting. It's pretty convincing. I don't know what it is about this scenario. This lady, or she's just a convincing actress, or it is real.
Agreeing on that, and it's been working for me just fine.
Because you did in the UK, you had that Blue Therapy. Like I think the recent couples on Blue Therapy, which has now gone onto Netflix, are real. But the earliest one with Paul and Chioman, that wasn't real allegedly. That wasn't real. But now, so you don't know, especially with pilot shows, you might start with really controlled scenario, drama. Maybe they are a couple. Maybe they've got chemistry or whatever, and then you see how the format works moving forwards.
Years the man come home. Even if I'm tired, him still help him kids with them homework. If they're not at bed, I'm up waiting on it.
Okay, I'm not sure what the issue is though. That's a good thing, isn't it?
I am up waiting on him. Right? We see each other before we go to bed and before him leave every single month.
So they're seeing each other. Is there issue in relation to activity? I won't go into detail. Or a lack of activity? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there.
And there was never any question about anything.
Has anyone come forward to you and said, I know this has happened?
Well, I'm gonna imagine it's infidelity or something along those lines.
You know, I have family members. I even got called.
All right, look. I just want to see. So I'll do a little piece of research on this kind of. So it's called Jacket Court TV. So let me see what comes up. Jacket Court TV. This, I just want to see what actually comes up about it. So it's a televised court show on television, tackles paternity fraud. Oh, they've actually got a channel. There it is. They've actually got a channel. Broadcast streaming on One Spot Media. Is it real? Are they actors? I'm going to ask that question. Are they actors? I have to ask that question. Because actors should put a question mark. I mean, I don't... What? As it's... No, so that lady is a good actress. Very, very convincing. I don't know. That's why you can't trust the AI. You know, one thing it's saying that they are actors, the other one saying that they're not. How do you? Let me go into this AI mode. It can't be trusted, you know. Let me see something. The cast production updates explicitly showed the crew running through scenes with actors and actresses arriving on set to play the plaintiffs, defendants, and legal. The show brings a divorce court style into the title plays in the local Jamaican slang jacket, which refers to a child raised by a man who's not the biological father. Would you like to know about the airing? Okay, now what's this? One thing's saying they are actors, the other thing is saying... So this is behind the scenes, allegedly. You see what forwards up. Next, behind the scenes, my headphones doing a mad thing.
Posting every day for the next 30 days.
Yeah, so this is just the second part of the video on Jamaica Court TV. So I was researching whether the people in it are actors or not, and this brother has just baited out the whole thing. It's not, first of all, it's not set in Jamaica. It's actually set, I don't know, I imagine maybe it's America, I don't know, but he refers to shooting the rest of it. He refers to shooting the rest of it in Jamaica at some point, but it's not filmed in Jamaica. So he's baiting out the whole thing. I don't know, I don't think he should have done that really, because it kind of takes away from the mystery of the show. Look, I suspected myself that they might be actors or actresses, but nonetheless it's entertaining. But listen to what he's saying. So he's alleging that he's the a director, or not a director, he's in charge, you know, dealing with filming or cameras and stuff on the show, and this is what he's saying.
Posting every day for the next 30 days. This is BTS of a shoot that I was on about a month ago. We were shooting a Jamaican paternity court show. It was wild stuff.
There you go. So he's saying that he's shooting a Jamaica paternity court show.
We were at Studio Space Atlanta. It's a super cool studio. They've got a lot of unique sets and spaces.
So there's just all sorts of different sets. So, I mean, look, it not being in the actual courtroom is not a big deal necessarily, because obviously it's a studio, isn't it? And a courtroom might not be set up for studio work, but it's kind of really going in depth on it.
So if you're ever looking for anything unique, look no further. They got it all right here. They got the white room there for the crazy people.
He's showing up something. This brother's called BRYTE Video, Bright Video.
Hospital bed here.
So I was wondering in the other video, or the other part of this video, why the AI was saying that they were actors or actresses. But this you'll see why in a moment.
Got a little alleyway coming up right here if you want to shoot like a music video. It's a cool spot. And then like a money room.
So pure studio spaces. A lot of studio. What type of money would you call that? A lot of prop money, isn't it?
Also good for music video.
How much is in there? So they're shooting it in the green room. So they're obviously going to fill in some of the bits that we're seeing on screen in post-production.
Here's their giant green wall. Very useful. This is a set we were using. Made it look like a courtroom. That's
Oh, sorry, forgive me. So no, that's another green room. This is the actual courtroom that they'll be using.
Up on the scissor lift there. This is the crew as we're setting up the courtroom, camera department area. There's me coming.
So this is the camera person, one of the a camera person on the show, video camera maybe.
Cute in the chat. Here's one of my camera setups. I was manning two, one through this window, and you take a little walk over this way.
So I think it's in Atlanta, Georgia.
And there's a second camera setup through the opposite window to get the plaintiff and the defendant.
So I think they're in Atlanta in America, actually.
Here's the judge cam. My boy Seawards was on that.
So the judge has got a separate camera.
Here we've got our actors and our extras showing up. The director up there, Leland.
So there you go. There you have it. He said, there you go. You got our actors and director shown. And I think I was watching that lady in the other video. She's very convincing. I can't lie. I can't believe they're actors and actresses, but they are.
Is running through things with them. Here's a look at one of those camera angles. And then we've got...
Is he saying it? Or maybe they're real, but I mean, I don't know. I'm going to go with... He's behind the scenes, so I'm going to go with what he's saying, man.
Look at the other camera angle right here. Didn't look as green on camera as it does on my phone. Oh, surprise appearance by Rachel. She was shooting...
So there's somebody shooting behind the scenes of behind the scenes.
BTS photos. Here's me in my throne, major swag. And here we are at the end of the night, packing it all up. Leland is here, calling her...
I think Leland's the director. 8 episodes in 2 days, man. So he's not bothered that. He's not bothered about it. This brother here, Leland Beckford, he's not... Benford, sorry. He's not bothered about the fact that he's revealing that they're actors. People would find out quickly anyway, because obviously people would know them in real life, isn't it? As to whether the stories are real, so, you know. As you say, news travels fast.
Wrap on everything. If things go well for season 1, then we'll be shooting season 2 in Jamaica. So
there you go. So if season 1 shooting in Jamaica, so I think it's a popular format, because what you can, as I say, it doesn't surprise me. You might have the actors, actresses first series. I wouldn't be surprised if they use actual real people in the series in Jamaica, or they might use actors and actresses in Jamaica. Who knows?
We have high hopes for that. Should be sick. And as always, peace out. See.
Yeah, man. So that's kind of, you know, sort of forwarding it together. Just looking at the show called Jacket Court TV. By David G. Heron and Lennon Benford. And people are finding it quite entertaining. I'll just look at some more of the clips. Yeah. So as I say, I found this lady to be quite engaging, and I thought it was real, mate. I thought it was real.
Because what she's saying is, you know how Jamaicans are. My sister-in-law boyfriend, who is an American, also called me. It's not only Jamaican people.
You're in a people chat.
There you go. Yeah, I found it very, very convincing.
People chat.
But you know, with something like this, you're going to allow the actors and actresses an opportunity to, what do you call it? Improvise, really. That wouldn't surprise me.
That, and you know, in Jamaica, things will reach a foreign all over the place.
Yeah, so let's look at some other videos. I think I'm going to join these videos together. I'm going to separate, just kind of working from this hard lesson learned.
Brown, please stay at your podium.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So maybe the judge may be a actor as well, actress as well.
Oftentimes, in relationships, we can let people from outside.
They're crying and be DNA test. So they're actually, sorry, forgive me. They're actually advertising the DNA
side of our relationship influence what happens inside of the relationship. And we have to remember who you...
And we have to remember, a real judge wouldn't speak like that, man. I don't think they'd use complete patois in the hearing, or maybe not. I don't know.
Are with.
Yes, sir, Anna.
And if that person has not shown you any reason to doubt.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with this one. This is the one that made me question whether what I was seeing was real, because this actress, I think she's the actress, is doing a bit too much, and I found it not very convincing.
I fell in love with him. I said, Obiao,
Look what I said. I said it looks a bit acty. It does look a bit acty.
I fell in love.
And I swear that's to say, well, maybe it's a different scenario. So this gentleman here, he was in the other scenario, no? What's going on there?
I did not see anybody else.
Okay, so you fell in love.
Or maybe he's just getting the bat.
About 4.5 years ago, it sounds like, from the timing. I have been in a relationship since then, and it stopped.
Once I got pregnant, about 2 years ago.
She should know when she got pregnant. So that's like her trying to remember her lines.
Well, I got pregnant because my son is 1. Got pregnant, and he just, hey, it's like the devil came out.
Yeah, she was doing a lot. This caught a lot of attention.
Hey, my God. Hey, God help you. God forgive. Oh, God.
I think she's doing a bit too much, I can't lie.
God. Jesus. Hey, once you see this DNA result, oh, God.
Nah, come on, man. Like, I know how to put on certain accents, so I know that shit, that's not her actual accent, man. I know that's not her accent. I'm convinced.
Oh God, I hope your wife sees it. Anyway, may God forgive you because hey, you don't.
Well, obviously I'm not doing any of the music thing, but yeah, let me know what you think, man, about that one. So that's one of them. And yeah, this is me trying to give them a bit of, opportunity to look at the show, He said,
now I gave birth to my son. He's 1 year old. He doesn't know his father.
Okay.
His father is not helping him. And his father looks...
Yeah, somebody said, wasn't he just with another woman? But I'm just saying, he's getting the bat. He's getting the bat. He's just getting the bat, do you know what I'm saying?
And this boy looks just like him. Oh, God. He's very sad. And I don't know how his wife... Anyway...
Well, obviously the situation they're talking about aren't funny.
That's their business. Ow.
This brother is forwarding around, man. According to this, in this world, these texts are AI.
What do you make of these?
1 second. Don't know what's happened to my thing. 1 second. Close that down. Oh, having some slight technical issues. Let's go on to this one.
Child, I heard a lot about you. It's not my child.
Mr. Williams,
Yes, Your Honor.
If this child is in fact yours,
it's about paternity again.
What will happen?
I think they should expand. I know it's called Jacket Court, but I think they should kind of expand it. It's a bit one-tracked. Listen, if the directors are listening, I think you should expand the concept a bit beyond just paternity. I know it's a big issue, but just make it a bit more multifaceted, I think.
Happened to your marriage with Mrs. Williams?
I'm gonna stay with my wife for sure. I'm gonna stay the course with my wife, and I'll be man enough to take care of the child. But I promise you,
nowhere to go.
I don't want nothing to do with this woman.
Yeah, he's laying down his case, man. He's saying, yeah, he will help out and do what he needs to do. But he's moving on from her.
All right, Kiana.
So how difficult has that been for you?
It has been very difficult because...
She's saying things have been difficult. What's this brother saying?
At what point did Miss Charles, at what point did you tell Mr. Grant that...
She told him she was pregnant. She tried to sell his restaurant. Okay. Said, what does it fit in? What?
That you were pregnant?
Well... The last time he come to Trinidad, I sit him down.
Okay, Trini accent. Okay.
And this was 4 years ago. No, right? And...
No, alright. Some of that acting is mad.
So you have amnesia?
Right.
What do you mean?
No amnesia, Judge. I can't recall that. I don't know
you
where the story
don't know if you were
from.
married 4 years ago?
I strongly doubt it.
How can man say he doubts whether he's married? It's either you know or you don't know, man. You got to know them things about, I doubt that I was married. What?
I was not married. That's what I'm saying. I strongly doubt that. I can
man say I strongly doubt that I was married. I strongly doubt that I was married. Crazy. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
You strongly doubt.
Fuck, I'm out of here, man. I'm out of here. Anyway, big them up, man. Big them up on this show, man. It's quite, you know, it's going to be an entertaining thing for people to watch. There's a couple more things to go through. This brother again is out here. Time for results. Look at
Mr. Donald Trump.
I'm not going to do any music thing.
Tucker, he was the father, he was not the father, he is the father, he's not the father, right?
This guy's like Father Abraham. He's got many sons and daughters. He's outside. Different scenarios in the same show. Different videos.
So tell me why you think Mr. Robinson is not your son.
Well, when me and her supposedly have a relationship,
He's going to explain it now.
there was a George Wilson in the picture. Okay?
There's a Judge Wilson. What does that mean?
And then all of a sudden now, she's pregnant, it's my child. Get an argument, it's not your picnic.
Okay, so it's all over the place.
So if I don't pick from a picnic, why am I just protect the child?
So Miss...
Yeah, I can't lie. This brother was a good actor. This lady, somewhat. The older gentleman, he's doing what he needs to do, man. But do you know what? Hear what I'm saying? It's all mad.
Actions speak louder than words.
And that's a good mantra to live by in life, man. But you lot go and watch that, man. You lot go and watch Jacket Court TV. A lot's going on there. But for now, please make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe, and obviously hype the video. But for now, a little Jacket Court TV review, and I'm done talking.
Oh, he got it a little.
This is below white collar boxing right now. This is pathetic. These two haven't done an inch worth of training in their lives. Look at the two of them. Look, they're turning the boxing game into a mockery. No, man, come on now. Look at them. What, round 3? They've only been boxing for less than 5 minutes. Look at him. The state of him, man.
God. Oh! Obviously, World Cup gets priority over this. I would just want to achieve a build like that. What a tackle that is, though, guys. My God. Oh!
I should have made this. Well done, bro. Well done. We just spent 4 rounds watching you two tickle each other. Yeah? Now, I know Stack's got an excuse. But what's your excuse?
And sometimes the end is near, so he's got to fight down here. Good start to the 3rd round.
I think he's down 2 rounds pretty clearly.
Give it anything back. Oh my lord. Oh, trying to set him up. Playing that possum there.
A little bit. Arms Corleone feeding left after left into big stacks.
I was going to say, I think Stacks is ready to stop. That's insane. Give it anything back. Oh my lord.
I'd like to know how many steps Tommy Fury
Man can't fight, think again. I've fought a lot of people, including actual professional journeyman boxers. This guy can fight. He's
Yeah, good call by the referee there. You know, Nick Federer was taking punishment, and she didn't look like she had the skills to be able to compete in there. And her corner made the right call and threw the towel. Good punches. She's got to get her lead hand going, her right jab, and walk her left hand. More strikes from the headhunter, and the towel is in. The headhunter does it again.
I think that they are the Agarthan emissaries. Trump has been meeting with them privately to facilitate the transition into Hyperborea. But this is going to take some time, right? It's
Colonel, you expressed interest at one time in unidentified flying objects, the feeling that there might be
explanation other than this. I think that maybe in fact each and every one of them does have an explanation. But I think that there are so many possibilities, so many thousands of possibilities of other planets out somewhere.
You don't think that the comparatively short step out into space that the Mercury flight will take you on
We need a mic? Everybody hear me?
Drew, can I ask, why did the referee Omar Atan, why was he refused entry to the United States?
Look, there are a few things we can't talk about, but what I can tell you is that anybody who's communicating with bad actors that plan harm against the United States of America.
me letting go for the
laakiin waxaa rabaa si gooniya inaan dalkeena shacabkeena Soomaaliyeed iyo dowladeena ugu mahad celiyo istaagooda taageeradooda banaanka waxay ka sheegeen ka badan waxay gadaalka qabanayeen marka wixii dhacayana waa dhacayaan qadar waaye marka FIFA si fiican ay portugalese oo ii taageertay oo maaragtay ilaa hadda meeshan ka imaanaya ila socdeen
Well, all week we've been bringing you the story of Somali referee Omar Artan, who was denied entry to the United States to officiate on the World Cup.
But all his accreditation is denied entry to the US at Miami International Airport. The US Border and Customs, their reasons may be genuine, but you kind of think, did they not know this beforehand? However, clearly been a lot of sympathy for Omar Artan. He's been received back in Somalia as a hero. He is the African referee.
Banned from coming into the country for this tournament. He was talking to some bad people very recently about actions here in the United States. I'll leave it at that. I know CBP has made a statement on it. What I can tell you from my standpoint, and having seen the information on what he was doing, was I stand by CBP.
In Mogadishu, thousands turned.
Political controversy at the World Cup was always likely.
Well, to just, chill.
The problem that we have in this country is we don't believe what's coming out of, or don't know if we can believe what's coming out of the administration's mouth.
There was some other reason for it. I made some observations on the week, earlier on the week, about if he failed the visa. This is a country that America, for whatever reason, by coming into America, and I know this is going to be relatively controversial, you are a guest, and I know that the argument will be, hang on a second.
Somali referee Omar Artan to officiate the 2026 UEFA Super
It was Reagan, it didn't matter if it was Bush, it didn't matter if it was Clinton, it didn't matter if it was...
Now, we're on Friday, Simon, but the World Cup gets under of what the US media think.
You're just making fun of New York, I like it.
Because although he's a centre forward and he'll score goals and he'll be in the box at the right time, he's a link-up player as well. So he'll go into wide areas at times, he'll go deep. So the
I'm here at the Adidas home of soccer